My name is Arianna Ruberto and I am Ethical Communication Manager. Nice to meet you. The aim of today's lesson is to help you start your communication activities on the right foot. Communicating project, its objective and activities, is crucial for any type of project, but particularly for urban forest ideas, because usually they involve different kinds of stakeholders, and they all need to be involved and pushed to collaborate to each other. We will talk about marketing communication and about how to start a communication strategy. Just remember that this short video doesn't aim to give you a strong background on these wide topics, but only some guidelines to help you find your way around and explore the topics independently. Let's start with a Cambridge definition of marketing. The business activity that involves finding out what customers want, using that information to design products and services, and selling them. And now let's read the definition of communication. The process of sharing information, especially when this increases understanding between people or groups. So, it means that in order to sell, you always have to communicate something. But instead, communication doesn't always have to mean selling something. Nowadays, no one denies the central role of marketing and communication in the success of a business. A correct strategy is the only way to reach your stakeholders. But I suggest started asking yourself, what I want to do? Selling something or just communicate is a concept? You don't know what to reply? Don't worry. Maybe at the end of this video your idea will be a little less foggy, but it's completely normal. Remind that sell and to inform have also different approaches. You can, of course, add more than one ingredient in your recipe, but only one should be the queen or the king of your dish. Like in the image, for example. This pasta, of course, choose pomodoro as queen ingredient. It should be the same for your strategy. You need to be sure to know the characteristic of your project. Is it different from others? What are its strengths? Try to write down right now 3 strengths and 3 weaknesses of your own idea. Who are your customers, your stakeholders? Are you sure you know them? Try to eliminate previous knowledge and look at the market and to them with new, fresh eyes. Then define your guidelines. Try to outline broader long-term strategy. Where do you want to be with your project in the next 3 years? Which is your true aim? The problem you dream to solve. How do you think to do that? Write all down. Try now. And what do you think are the people who has the problem? Who are they? Do they have a specific age? For example, they live in a specific place. Or maybe they have things in common, like common interests. Now that you have defined your main concept, try to think about the style of your project and define its visual identity. A strong visual identity isn't pretty. It's not only pretty, it's purposeful. And it will help you communicate the project soul, no matter the medium. There are some basic things that usually are involved in a visual identity. For example, logo, color palette, typography, and it's also important to remember to consider photography, illustration, iconography, data visualization. Everything should be coherent and trying to communicate the same value. Now, let's focus on communication activities and channels. It's quite important during the startup phase of your initiative to have a start kit. So some really basic channel you want to open and start using. Here there is a short list of tools that in my opinion are quite important and that you can use with different frequency during your activities. For me, it's very important also to underline that some tools are you have the ownership of some of them, and in other case you will use platform that you can't control completely. So let's read on this very quick list. We have websites, Google My Business, that it's a very useful free tool for people that need to have a point of contact with their audience, a physically point of contact, because it allowed you to put information about opening hours, how to be found on Google Maps and so on. Then of course social media, mail marketing, instant messaging, press and networks, partnership, word of mouth. I want to underline that it's incredibly important to give the possibility to people that already experienced your service and they are happy about that to share the information with other people. Now it's very important to focus on what do you want to achieve with these activities. For example, do you want to educate the user? Do you want to gain support or create a relationship? Maybe you want to sell something or make people talking about your idea. Please start thinking about this question before organize your activities. Now that you are ready, you can summarize everything in a document. Here it is your communication plan, a very useful tool to organize activities during all the year. Communication plan may be more or less detailed and may or may not integrate with editorial plan, which also has detail on frequency to use actually content. The communication plan, which is much more on strategy, must be shared with the entire project team. So, just to clarify, the communication plan is the main document where you will put all the information that you want to communicate, so your tone of voice, your messages, the audience you want to reach. The editorial plan is more about what exactly you want to communicate and how. In the material of this presentation, you will find some template that can help you to organize your own communication plan and editorial plan. During your startup phase, it's important to delete activities that are not mandatory or that aren't aligned with your aim, because of course at first time and money aren't a lot. They will improve by time. One other piece of advice: if you are on a tight budget, try to optimize the flow and reduce some channels and frequency to a minimum. For example, it's better, in my opinion, to have a one-page website with customized real photos and updated information, more than a very incredible, huge website that it's never updated. It's also better to have one social channel rather than open 5 channels and don't have the time to publish on all. Try to get into the habit of collect customer information for be ready for different follow-up activities. And also try to collect pictures and videos of what you do. They will be always useful, and if you get used to doing this, you will also get better and better on that. Thank you very much for your time.